Sara Dobrik. I'm from Shoreview, Minnesota, and I'm a graduate student and 5th year in the IMAC, or Integrated Masters of Accountancy program, and I interned at Ernst & Young in Minneapolis. Intern, I spent most of my time working out at the client sites with teams made up of other young staff people, mostly ranging anywhere from 3 to upwards of 20 people at a time. And I just helped with the general audit process, which is going in, checking a company's financial statements for accuracy and making sure they can back up anything that's on those financial statements. And so as an intern, I helped with the staff with the checking of the details on the financial statements and making sure they were accurate. I did do a busy season internship, which means I was working longer hours than would normally be expected during the rest of the year. During busy season, you're expected to do at least 55 hours a week. I found that I was working 60 to 65 hours a week. I found that it was a great way to learn because I had 60 hours a week in which to learn rather than just 40, so I think I got a lot more out of it than I might have otherwise. At Ernst & Young, you're assigned a counselor who is responsible for helping you with your performance management. So as you're going through your different engagements, your counselor is responsible for talking to the senior associates who you worked with and finding out how you did on each job, and then the counselor can kind of accumulate that information and take it to the hiring manager or partner so that they can make a hiring recommendation. Feedback that they gave me to be very useful. They have a great system for helping you understand the details of what's expected of you, and they also, as an intern, you're evaluated the same way that a first-level staff person would be, and so it's great to see how your performance measures up to someone who works there full-time in their first year. Assigns you a counselor, and they also assign you a peer advisor who is someone a little closer in age to you that can kind of show you the ropes, talk to you about how to dress and how to act towards certain clients, things like that. I was also able to seek out a couple different mentor-type relationships just with the different senior associates that I worked with. I had a great interaction with a couple different seniors, and so took that kind of going forward, the relationship going forward. What's great about the process during the audit is that senior associates review your work from day to day, and so they have the opportunity to catch any mistakes that you're making right away, and then they can talk to you about these mistakes and help you prevent them going forward. So that was a really great way to keep learning throughout my internship and avoid making mistakes that were going to be disastrous for the audit. Challenges for me during my internship was just being so far out of my element as to what I was going to be doing on a day-to-day basis. And so what I learned was that I really needed to continuously ask questions. And at first I was uncomfortable doing this because I felt like I was bothering them by asking them questions every hour or so. But once I understood that this is what they were expecting and this is how you learn, then I felt much more comfortable asking questions as I went along and learned a lot more that way. The most rewarding thing for me on my internship was just seeing how much I learned from beginning to end. I felt like my first day at my first client, I could barely open the audit software. I had no idea what I was doing. But then by the last day, I understood what was going on around me, I understood what I needed to do, and I just felt really good about how much I learned during my 12 weeks at Ernst & Young. I would just say to try to take as much as you can away from the experience. Try to make sure you're always learning about what you're doing, not just doing your tasks. It's important to understand what you're doing because that's the way that you're going to learn and be able to build on those skills going forward as you get promoted within the company.